Them little White Castle.
Gods are watching. We shall rest.
All right, my bad. Go. What was y'all saying?
No, it's just they bigger than White Castle, but they greasier and more onionier.
So it's kind of cooked the same way as a castle.
Yeah, but the bun is different. It's greasier. It's way more unhealthier, but it's fucking amazing.
Like a tailway, like the tailway buildings.
Yeah.
That all white.
Yep,
Like yeah, okay.
Because Tailways is another one that's on Michigan Ave and
Yep.
Livernois, between Livernois and like whatever that is right there, Wyoming probably. But yeah, Detroit used to be full of those. That's where White Castle come from.
Yep.
That's why they white.
So
Speaking
good,
of White
bro.
Castle, I just came back from Atlanta, and niggas begged me up and down not to go to Crystal's.
No. Ever.
So it's funny, when I was down there, I had a couple places I wanted to hit. I wanted to hit Zaxby's, I wanted to hit Crystal, and I wanted to hit Whataburger. And niggas was like, when I was telling my mans down there, we were standing in his art studio while he was painting. And I was telling him, like, yeah, I got a couple places I want to hit out. And Chris was one of them. I kind of just want to see what it's like. He was like, nigga, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't do it. And I'm like, I still kind of want to just see. You know what I'm saying? I want to make a comparison. He was like, see, it's niggas like you that's hard-headed that's going to go anyway.
Crystals don't waste your time?
You're 1,000% right. You're 1,000% right. There, Crystals is on the list with Spirit.
I only had one bad experience with Crystals.
What's the bad experience?
I was in Florida. It was in Florida. It was like a terrible restaurant. It was around, I think it was around Cocoa Beach. We was on a white, either Cocoa Beach or Daytona Beach, one of them two. It was just a terrible building, terrible staff, terrible food. It was terrible. That was the only experience I had. Because usually I hit Crystal because I like White Castle. And to me, they're a better tasting White Castle without that afterplay.
Look at Edward's face.
Those are my experiences with them.
Hey, you know, I respect your experience. Like I told the story in the group chat. I don't know if you saw it, but we were all sitting. Me and my family were sitting down eating it, and we were just like, it was a collective.
Like everybody got quiet and just
race to the bathrooms.
No, we just like, this shit nasty.
Oh,
I got up and cooked.
Oh wow. I mean, it could be. I've had some good experiences. I hear what you're saying. It could just be location, because me and Red went to Burger King in a Renton, and it was like an epiphany moment. Everything was hot and fresh. And they don't even do hot food no more from restaurants for real. Your stuff
that was probably the best Burger King I ever had, nigga. That shit was good as fuck that day.
Because they don't come from experience. They don't never have.
I don't know what's going on with your internet. It's making you all choppy.
Me?
Yeah, you're going like 2 frames a second. You look like stop motion. You look like Gumby. You look like a Gumby cartoon. But anyway, yeah, so I was down there. I didn't go to Crystal, but I did go to Zaxby's, and I went to Whataburger. I'm going to give you my live take. Zaxby's, the chicken felt real. It tasted real. It was good. It was nothing that really blew my mind, but it was good. It was good. And then they had the toast. You know, they kind of remind me of what's the name of the other place? The Chicken Fingers place. What is it called?
Chicken Fingers place? I don't know.
I went when I was in Ohio. Raising Cane's. There you go. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Raising Cane's.
In Ohio or something like that. Ain't it one close to Ohio?
I went to one in Sandusky in Ohio 2 years ago.
My niece
they were right down the street.
Sometimes.
They was right down the street from Great Wolf Lodge. Zaxby's kind of reminds me of Raising Cane's. It was cool. It's, you know, it was just chicken. It wasn't nothing crazy. Now, do they have what's his name? Do they have like actual pieces of chicken, like breast, thigh, wing, leg?
That I'm not sure. I've never been to.
Cool.
I'm talking about
Cool,
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
They only got tenders.
Yeah, I think they only got tenders. I haven't been there that often. I ain't been there that often, to be honest with you. But the one time I did have it, it was like, but it's every. It's just like Ojo just said. It kind of depends on where you go. Where I went, it was kind of it was cold. It's like Ojo said, it don't be hot. You know what I'm saying? It kind of be sitting there a little bit.
And
Yeah,
then
heat coming up.
Zaxby's was cool, but then Whataburger was kind of just like whatever. It was a burger place. It didn't really blow me away. I think their menu was kind of interesting. You know, it kind of reminded me of like a mix between like Sonic and like I don't fucking know.
A&W.
Yeah, exactly. Some shit like that. It was cool. I had
That's
this
the
thing
vibe I
called
got too.
a white chocolate mint milkshake. It was good as fuck, but
That sound good.
just
Yeah,
a milkshake.
Hey, Elwood,
yeah.
you had that hot dog joint in Atlanta, famous hot dog place. I don't know what it's called. Pinks.
Nuh-uh. I don't really eat hot dogs like that.
Oh, have you heard of them though?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I see it's busy, but I already eat hot dogs like that. I already don't. Mm-mm.
Well, we this is the guys are watching live. We haven't done an episode in probably over a week because I've been out of town. We were going to do one in Atlanta, but I kind of didn't get a moment to breathe while I was down there. I drove to Atlanta. It seemed like on my way down there, it was a 20-hour drive. And then I got there much later than I was supposed to. I kind of had a whole shitty experience that morning. I went to get my rental from the airport at 7 a.m, and they was like, "Oh, we only take credit cards." And I'm like, "Fuck!" I thought it was the other way around. I thought they took debit cards. I thought that was why people went to the airport, because it was like
Oh,
a
you
little
got to have
more
an
lenient.
itinerary. I
Yeah,
thought you knew it. You got to have a flight itinerary. You got to be like out of state.
yeah, I didn't
So
know
you
that.
take debit.
So yeah, I had to go to another place. Got my car. Ended up leaving like an hour and a half later than I was supposed to, or no, 2.5 hours later than I was supposed to. So I didn't get to Atlanta until damn near midnight.
Wow.
That drive down there was horrible. It was snowing. It was icy than a motherfucker in Michigan and Ohio. And then once I finally hit Kentucky, Tennessee, all that shit was pretty much clear. But still, the drive down there was so ass. Got there, was tired of the motherfucker. Did some research. I was down there for some interviews. I was down there to interview a few people. 5 interviews was what was on the docket. I only end up getting to 3 of them. I'm going to do the other 2 virtually though from here. But I got 3 good interviews out the way. One was an engineer, one was an influencer who's basically anti-feminism, and the other was an artist that I've been recording with for probably 5-6 years now. It was all pretty good content. But
anti-feminism. Can't wait to watch that one.
Yo, that's like that. Y'all was probably like Gunna with the flaming pen. That's what y'all was doing. Yeah.
It was a pretty good interview. I kind of wish she had talked more because she seemed kind of like, yeah.
This is gonna be good.
When this driving?
I don't know.
We need to cut the stream right now so you can go ahead.
Yeah. Just
edit that up.
Preview that right now.
I gotta edit it up, and I think I might have an editor do it because, and then the room that we had, damn, can I show y'all this video? Probably not. I'll just wait. The room that we had shot it in. So my man's, I went down there. I had really no plan. I didn't really have too much money to work with, so I was gonna like rent a space out, but I knew people down there, and I know people that tapped into like the artist community down there. So I tapped in with my man Jonathan Crawford. He actually is from Detroit, and he's a painter / photographer / whatever. Nigga wears many hats. But I reached out to him and was like, "Look, man, I got an interview going on down there. I'm like, let me know if you could plug me with any spots or whatever." He was like, "Man, I got you." He was like, I just got a space in this building. It's like an art co-op building. It's this building with a whole bunch of spaces in it for whatever. It's a lot of people doing lashes, hair, candle making, whatever. So he was like, I got 2 spaces in here. You could use either one of mine, but my homegirl got a space too. She was like, I'm gonna show you when I get there. I get there, this nigga shows me this cold ass space with a bar. It was amazing. I'm like, dog, this look way better than I thought it would have looked. And he looked out for me. He was like, yeah, this normally would have cost you, but I just, I got you in here because he was like, I already know what it took to get down here, and you just trying to create. So he like, nigga, you doing what you supposed to do. I got you or whatever. So I'm like, damn, good look. So shout to my nigga John and Bakari too. And shouts to the femininity doctor. I got a chance to sit down and talk to her. I'm gonna do an episode of my stream show about something that she said on another show that she was on. And then I'm like I said, I might have an editor edit that episode because I want it to be done right. I don't want it to look amateur or whatever. So anyway, man, welcome back, gentlemen. It's been a long week and a half or whatever since we have potted. I missed the pod. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody? It's raining here in Michigan, which is a good thing to me.
Well, been great, man. It's chilling. I'm not gonna lie. I miss Michigan, but I don't miss that. I don't miss the sleet, the hail, the snow, the slush.
I
Having
love
to
it.
show the snow. I don't miss that.
I love this rain right now. This shit is amazing to me.
I love the rain. Oh,
that snow we had the other day was so ass. And don't ever let this nigga Edward try to convince you that they're just down there living in a paradise or something. It was cold as fuck down there. It was cold as fuck. What do you mean when? Don't try to act like I'm making it up. I was there.
Okay, all right. So,
nigga, it was 32 degrees outside.
Just for clarification, it does get down to 30 degrees for like 5 days out the year.
Well, I experienced 2 of them then.
Well, you did. You came at the wrong time, my nigga. You should have came down here 2 weeks ago.
You lying. You cap.
I'm dead ass serious. It's only 5. It's like a week out of the year. Like what is it today?
It was cold as fuck down there, and it was I don't know if it was rainy.
It's 60 today. It's 60.
Oh, now it's 60 all of a sudden.
I'm just saying. I'm telling you. That's how it worked.
Man, it was cold as fuck down there, and it was kind of windy. But it was cool. It was a little warmer than it was up here. But anyway, John, how y'all doing? Y'all niggas didn't hear me?
Brazil, you're also you muted. You're muted, Ojo.
Oh, my bad. No complaints. Was catching up on a little Kansas City football game earlier. They destroying Cleveland. Turnover after turnover on Cleveland's.
Well, that's Jameis for you. That's Jameis. Jameis gonna give you the ball now. He'll give you opportunities to take it.
They having all kind of terrible luck. I'm talking about tip, picks, fumbles, all kind of. He been chased down from the back 2 to 3 times. Golly.
The Lions play today too?
Yeah, they playing like 4:30, something like that. 4:15 playing Buffalo. Yeah, here.
That might that's gonna be a tough one. One pride for sure, but Josh Allen, he looked like the MVP. I thought it was Lamar, but he looked like the MVP.
I just seen Lamar put 2 of them on the board. I don't know if I know he threw one in. I don't know if he ran the second one in or what, but I know he had 2 of them up there.
Oh, they're not playing for another 45 minutes.
Yeah. Josh Allen was the first player in NFL history to catch a touchdown, throw a touchdown, run a touchdown.
One game.
That was last week. Last week or the week before?
Wow.
1 or 2.
Catch
first player ever to do it.
Wow.
So, yeah, dog. Everything else been smooth, man. Everything else is great. It's been really kind of great, to be honest with you.
I'm just a really chill guy that doesn't really know too much about football.
What up? What you did? You good? You look quiet.
Yes, sir. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Just a little tired. Up working late last night, but all in all, everything is great.
I feel you. It's gonna
You're
be how
just
we
a really chill
close.
guy that works late.
What the hell is this that we're watching?
That's you.
That's you.
That's you.
Yeah.
You are a really chill guy, bro.
I definitely am. Take a lot to get me worked up, you know. Hands in pockets, staring off into the
You
sunset.
got cuffs. Nigga got cuffs on his jeans.
Yeah, I don't, but you know what? You know what though?
You
Time to
start
fold
that.
them
You
bitches,
bringing
dog.
that?
It's time to
You always
it's
gotta
time
fold
to
them
fold
up.
It's
Hey, I
time to
low
fold
key,
them up.
I missed that, dog. Like
It's time
niggas
to
need to
fold them
start
up.
folding
I
their jeans up.
Hey, who was
I
that? I feel like somebody in the Wire had cuff jeans, and it just made them so much more imposing. What was my man's name that came from New York? Did he have cut? No, he had on a suit. So his
No,
shit-
you talk about
Brother Muzan.
brother
yeah,
moves on.
Brother moves on.
Brother moves on. Came all the way from New York, hunting that nigga down.
Nigga's just a really chill guy, dog.
Them cuffs was atrocious. On top of boot cut jeans,
Hey,
Boot
speaking
boot
of
cut jeans and
we
cuffs is disgusting.
We
speaking
need
of
to bring
food,
it back.
No, we don't. That whole early 2000s fashion, 2000 to 08 just needs to stay back there.
Nah,
Just
bring it
don't
back.
bring none of that shit back.
Bring back cuffs, bro.
No. That people, then there'd be people didn't like fold them; they would roll them. They'll be like, no,
Like a scrunchie at the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah. Let's keep that back there. You
It's
don't.
people that still fold their jeans, but it's like a particular look that you have to fold your jeans and make it not look insane.
Boot cut.
damn, what's going on
Nah,
with my internet?
not.
Everybody internet fucking up right now.
It might just be because yours is slow and yours is seeing everyone slow.
Yeah, I'm clear.
What's going
Because
on?
I'm seeing
We in
Derek
the
clear.
Matrix.
It's Edward that's choppy as fuck on my end though,
I don't know why.
and he was last time too.
Yeah, you was choppy last time too, bro.
I gotta send you a new AOL disc or a Netscape disc.
Yeah, get that shit fixed up. Get that shit cleaned up over there, man. Atlanta ain't got y'all ain't got Comcast or some shit. Y'all don't have the underground shit. Y'all still dealing with that.
Hey man, I'm just a chill guy trying to talk to my buddies. You know,
I got you.
I'm a chill guy.
I got
Netscape. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's crazy.
I'm looking out for you. I'm trying to find. You know what I'm saying? There you
While
go.
we talking, I might need to hardwire my shit while we
Can't hear
talking.
shit.
Because I am not hardwired right now, but we'll
There
see.
we go. 500 free hours. There you go.
Yeah. No,
That's all you need.
He need two of them though. He need about two of them.
Okay, wait. Let me see if I can order them.
He need about two of them. Get him two of him. Load him up. Send him right to ATL.
This has
Send 'em
got to
right
be a. This has
No.
got to be a.
Can you really order one?
Yes, you can. And they tell you how to install it too, Edward. So if you
Oh
need
my
it,
God.
This is fishing. This is a fishing website.
Wait
Don't
a
put
second.
nothing in here. This
You
is
can
not
still do
real.
this shit?
hold on.
No,
Hey,
this-
listen. And if you check over to the right-hand side right there, it says that you can still get 24/7 live support, Eddie. That's for you, baby. You can still get that support that you need when shit start going off the rails over there. Your internet starts getting choppy. Call that 24/7 live support, Brody.
That's my internet.
I'm still choppy.
It might be because you're out there on that on the back.
I still can't hear you niggas.
You can't hear nobody right now.
Y'all trying to say that's my internet? Is that bad?
I think
It's
so,
gotta
brother.
be.
And I think it's because you might be. Maybe it's because you're back there where
the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's bad over there. But
I
you
was
gotta
plugged in through the Ethernet.
maybe we gotta send you the AOL disc.
You real disrespectful.
All
Y'all
right,
niggas
Derek.
don't have no choice between y'all just have AT&T and Comcast. I have several options.
Mm.
And you
That's
still
several.
chose the worst one. That's crazy.
I did not choose the worst one. That's not
nuts.
true. That's not
That's
true.
insane. That's
That's
insane.
crazy.
Still go with
crazy.
the worst option. It just means that your life is full of bad choices.
Ojo, if you got any other tabs or something open, close them and try to reload or something. I don't know. Or if you got another program or something open. Or restart your computer and come back.
I can't even hear what the fuck going on right now.
Man, let's get to the shits, man. I'm about to I'll just text you. Did you see Kai May just in the group said he works Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
I didn't see that,
Yep.
but
So he'll be off
I
on
did.
Sunday. We'll be able to get back to the campaign.
bet.
Thank
We
God.
can get back to it next
About time.
Sunday.
Say less.
About time, bro.
We can get back
About
to
time.
it next Sunday.
All right, so let's get to the shits, man. Since the last time we potted, a accusation has come out against Jay-Z about him messing with some underage girl in the year 2000. I think it was September 7th was the date or something like that. The year 2000. Just for reference, just for not clarification, but just for references. This is pre blueprint Jay-Z. This is very early on where this accusation is coming from. The accusation is that this 13-year-old girl came to the MTV Music Awards, I think it was, or something like that, and an after party somewhere at Radio City Music Hall in New York, and she was not able to get in because of her age. So what she did was hung out around outside, watched the jumbotron of the show or of the party or whatever the fuck she was claiming, and that she ended up bumping into a limo driver that was actually a part of Diddy's entourage. And the limo driver said, wait. If you wait right here, I have a few drop-offs to make. I have to drop a few celebrities off at their houses, and then I'll come back and get you because Diddy likes underage girls, and you fit the description of the type of girl that he likes. So she said that she waited. The limo driver came back and got her, and then took her back to a party where there were waitresses walking around with drinks. And she took a drink. She drank it, got woozy, stumbled her way into a random bedroom, laid down, upon which Diddy, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, and some unnamed woman entered the room. They pinned her down and they took turns on her while the woman watched. This is her claim. And then Derek, when we were talking about this yesterday, you said some new developments have been made that I did not hear of. So I will let you take over.
Yeah, I'm gonna just read straight from the article that I have here about some of the inconsistencies. And first, we're gonna start off with the fact that she admitted to already making some mistakes in her recollections of that night. So if that doesn't, like we were saying last night, you know, Jay-Z's lawyers are going to absolutely pick her apart and destroy her on the stand. So I don't know what their game plan is, but going forward. But if you get up there having already acknowledged and admitted that you have inconsistencies in your fucking story from 24 years ago, good luck. They're going to absolutely destroy this woman when she gets on stand. And I don't know why they're trying so hard to keep her image or who she is anonymous when it's all going to come out anyway. You still got to take the stand at some point. Like, all of this information is going to come out, but I'm going to read straight from the article of what they said, because this is coming straight from NBC News. I don't know if y'all know, but they did interview her. She did not step in front of the camera. It was basically some weird ass quirky voice from behind the microphone, basically, is what was happening.
Who is this that interviewed her?
It was NBC News.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, NBC News had an exclusive with her. All right. And which I don't even know why you would take it, because if all of this comes out to be a lie or false or whatever, we just saw Donald Trump is getting paid out, 16 million for defamatory comments made by a news network. So I would really be treading lightly if I was a news network to pick up on these stories. But they're like fucking leeches. They can't help it. But anyway, I'm gonna read straight from the article.
Shout out to Piers Morgan.
Yeah, shout out to Piers Morgan, who had to walk all that shit back when he brought what's the name, crazy ass up on the show. Jaguar. All right, so I'm gonna read this. It says, I have made mistakes, quote unquote. In recollections of that night, the woman, identified as Jane Doe in the lawsuit filed against Jay-Z and Diddy, told NBC News. The woman said she stands by her allegations overall. The inconsistencies in her account of the incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago, and they do not necessarily mean that the allegations are false. However, among the inconsistencies, the woman said her father picked her up after the alleged sexual assault, but he says he doesn't recall that. The woman also claims she spoke to a celebrity at the after party where she said she was sexually assaulted, but that celebrity said that he was not in New York at that time at all. And images from that evening show Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Sean Diddy Combs at a different location than the one the woman described, although their whereabouts for the entire evening are unclear. This incident didn't happen, Carter told NBC News in a statement Friday, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon.
This is what happens when you go after a fucking writer.
This
you
is
hear
what
the way that he's talking and all of these statements that they're making?
Listen, the way that he's handling this, Jesus Christ.
What more can I say? To be playing in the background.
Then he came out and showed his face at the Simba, the Lion King, what was it? Premiere.
Yeah, it was the premiere. Yeah, he stepped out with his family.
Him, his wife, and his daughter were there, and
yeah,
he, that's a good move on his part, is that he's not hiding.
It was a good move.
Diddy kind of did the same thing though, because he was outside as well, but
he tried.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried. It is just like you said, like he was about to say, it just didn't work out the same way. And one of the things that we're also seeing that I just saw a couple of days ago is that they were asking Roger Goodell, hey yo, how you gonna handle this? He said, we're not breaking our partnership with him. Are you fucking crazy? No, I'm not breaking my part over this. Over an allegation, which is crazy because it's almost a 180 from what we saw with Diddy, right? With Diddy, everybody was like, oh no, we going hands off. But Diddy started to turn, but it speaks to, in my opinion anyway, it speaks to the case. Like, it speaks to the severity and legitimacy of the claims being made here.
My theory is that they already knew that Diddy was a piece of shit. Yeah, and they knew. I bet you there was whispers going around in Hollywood or whatever you want to call it for the last 30 years of the things that he's done.
I could believe it. I absolutely can believe it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing whispers. You better believe. Say it again.
I said, and they got him on tape, corroborating what everything that he, it's just like with the Ray Rice thing. It's like when you see it on camera, it's 100,000 times worse. It's like, you
right,
really
heard about the Ray Rice. We heard about that fight, and then to see the fight was like, shit.
For not hearing about it, 4 games suspension, seeing it, career over. He never played another down again. That was it. It was over. It was over. So yeah. I think the video with Cassie is what ended him.
Oh, that was his fate, and he knew it was out there because he was trying to scrub it. He was trying to scrub it and get rid of it, but he knew it was floating around out there, and so he knew what he was doing for day one. I don't know why in the world he came out and doubled and tripled down on it. Like, no, I refute all of these claims. Like, nigga, okay, if you already know you did something, you probably should have just shut the hell up. It would have been better for him to say nothing. To say nothing at all.
Should have paid her. You should have paid that $30 million.
You should have paid her the money, paid her because you ended up paying her anyway, and you paid her more.
Yep.
So and then you add in all the legal fees that he had to pay, going back and forth. Like, bro, you should have just paid her off rip, but you didn't want to do it. You wanted to be arrogant. So all right, but this is a complete 180 from that situation to Jay-Z's situation. Jay is saying, "Hey, send whoever you got." Because I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna destroy everybody over there.
And he said, "Nigga, I implore you to file criminal charges against me if you say that I did it. Why keep it civil, nigga? Put me in prison."
Yep.
So
it's a nigga inviting you to all of the smoke. All of the smoke, all of it. Don't leave no stone unturned. You say, do your due diligence.
Hey, I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how confident you are in anything in life. When there is an active nigga inviting you to smoke, to all of the smoke, you should at least think twice.
They ain't thinking twice. They ain't thinking twice.
Got them T's and them I's dotted and crossed.
Make sure.
It's like in the Dark Knight. He was when dude was trying to blackmail Batman. He's like, you gonna blackmail a man that runs around at night with capes? You gonna blackmail the most powerful nigga in hip hop right now?
And you want to blackmail?
What are you talking about?
All right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I reserve judgment just the same way that I did Diddy. I have not done one piece of content on either one of them because I don't know. You know, I'm not going to stand up and defend or abhor either one of them because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Diddy is kind of already cooked at this point, but I mean more so like towards the beginning when everything was developing, and now with the Jay-Z thing, like as much, you know, everybody here knows that I'm a Jay-Z fan, and I just was kind of like, you know, if he did it, then let him burn. But the way that he's handling it is kind of, it's not shocking to me because I know what type of guy he is, you know, at least in the media. But it's kind of like, wow, like he's really like standing up in front of this shit. Like, kudos, I guess, you know. But I was also thinking that could also be a tactic if he was guilty, you know, because he know how to play it better than Diddy did. Because Diddy did all the wrong things.
He did all the wrong things.
I don't know
all the wrong things.
I would think a nigga who has been through so many scandals already and has been in the industry for so long would have been able to handle it something like that a lot better than that, because the nigga came out and said, I've been sitting back and watching you guys defame my character for all this time, and now enough is enough. I am innocent. And then the video came out like 3 days later.
And then that nigga was back on the internet apologizing.
That nigga was like,
I never just did
I never
that
did.
Nigga was over this Rick James moment. I never just did things just to do them.
That motherfucker went from all of that talk to being flat out like, I'm so sorry, y'all.
Did you see that his defense team just gave up his appeals? They literally just gave up. He was trying to appeal to, you know, be released until his court date next summer. And I just read like yesterday or something that his defense team, they dropped all of their appeals for him to be released. I guess he's accepting his fate at this point.
The nigga got the smoking gun. That's what that sound like.
All this for $30 million. You did all of this instead of paying $30 million to have her shut up.
Which you was wilding anyway. Why was you doing that little girl like that?
You should have known.
You probably thought he had mind control over and could scare her.
That's ain't no probably. You're right. He definitely thought that.
The little girl you talking about, Cassie?
Cassie.
But he did pay her.
Yeah, he's talking about. I was saying why? Oh, you're saying Ojo is saying like basically like he thought that would be enough. He thought his mind control.
What Edward said he said he did all this instead of just paying her, but he did pay her, and he still got caught up.
Yeah.
To me, he paid Cassie in October.
Well, the point he paid her, but it still came out. So
right. And that's why I kind of think Cassie did that. Like,
to open the floodgates.
I think Cassie got the money and still leaked that footage.
Yeah.
Could have. Yeah. Hit you with a double whammy.
Because she okay, thank you, nigga. Now fuck you too.
Yeah. Take this with you. Or who knows? It could have been the person that he paid off to hide the footage in the first place. Probably might have doubled back on his ass, like, yo, I'm gonna need more money, bro. I'm gonna need more money. He got to talking that tough shit, like, I'm not paying. I already paid you what I said I was gonna pay you. We not doing that. He's like, all right.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I understand why celebrities don't be wanting to pay people off, because like Ojo just said, it opens up the floodgates.
Yeah.
If a celebrity pay one person off, everybody else gonna come. They're gonna be led by their hand, gonna beat them everywhere they go. So they're gonna say, nigga, you paid this motherfucker $30 million. I know you got at least 10 for me.
Yeah, what you gonna pay me?
Because he got bodyguards, he got all kind of people that seen and know shit.
Yep. And that's the problem when you run around and don't give a shit about while you just out here just being an absolute menace. That's the fucking problem. Right there.
He was invincible.
He did.
Man, when you're a powerful person, you have to understand that, and you have to move accordingly. And that means you have to make a lot of sacrifices. And that means you have to say no to a lot of things that you might not want to say no to. And yes, that does include vagina. Because you could be in You are a powerful man. You're gonna be in those situations. You might be in power. Edward, shut the fuck up, dog.
Please stop.
You're a powerful man. You're gonna be in a place. You're gonna be anywhere you go. It don't matter what place. You're gonna be somewhere, and women gonna look at you because they know who you are, or because you look like money. And sometimes, or a lot of times, more times than not, you're gonna have to say, like, do you know how hard that probably is? And I don't mean when you're doing wrong. I'm saying just normal interactions between you and women, because it opens you up to so many possibilities of being extorted or being blackmailed or being tricked out into a baby or whatever the case might be. Like, could you imagine being a nigga like Diddy with all that power and money all through the 2000s or whatever, 90s, and just having the sort of access? Like, I don't even know how to imagine what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where to begin, because that's something I've never experienced. I've never had to experience something like that.
I think you know. I think even though you haven't experienced it, I think you know what it's like. I think you know the feel. You could kind of estimate what the feeling is like to have everything at your fingertips,
man.
Because you can kind of do it. You just can't click pay. You can kind of do it, but you just can't actually go through the actual transaction.
Like, this is going to sound
you kind of
crazy.
got the idea of what it's like.
This is going to sound crazy, but follow me though, right? So I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer with a lot of power. Because of that, I have a lot of younger artists that come and work with me all the time. You know, women, men, you know, and a lot of them look up to me in a way because they look at me as like this mythical thing sometimes. Not everyone, but especially if you're brand new to music and you meet somebody like me who's been doing it for so long, and I work with celebrities, which some of them know, they kind of look at me like a guy that has a little more rank than them. You know, they're not looking at me like a Diddy, but they're looking at me like you're somewhere that I want to be.
Yeah.
So even that dynamic in itself, it creates a power difference. Like, so it gives me the opportunity to take advantage of people, men and women. You know, I'm already kind of in a position to do that because I've heard so many stories. I've never done it to women, but I've heard so many engineers do things to women artists because that dynamic exists. So many women have told me they'll work with engineers, and the engineer be like, "Oh yeah, baby, come in. I'll record you for free. I believe in you. I just fuck with your vibe." They get her in there, they record all the music for free because they want to touch that ass, or they want to.
That's what happened with Cassie. That's what happened with Cassie.
Yeah.
Nobody was believing it, and this is no shots to her. Well, maybe it is, but nobody was believing her in her music like that. She ain't got no fucking voice like that. Cassie is not one of these performers, not on the dance tip, performative tip, not on the vocals. She's not one of these people that's out here that's just like she not on the level of a damn SZA or her. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, that's exactly what happened to her. Then he was like, "Hey, yo, just come on in. I get you. You want to get on? I got you. Come on in. Come on in. All you got to do." And a lot of people say that's why Maya didn't go as far as she could have gone in the industry, because she refused and turned down all of those advances. She said that. Yeah, she did say that. So, I mean, you got it right there. You're right. You dead on. You dead on accurate. Like, people don't realize how much power the engineers have. They don't realize how much the power, it don't even have to get, before you can get to Diddy, it's like, well, if you want to talk to Diddy, I can introduce you, but you know, what you gonna do for me?
Yeah,
I need something from you. So it's like you got to have a lot of control, man. And when you put a lot of men in those situations, that's why they say the music industry is so fucking evil, because it's a lot of men that do not have control. I can't imagine all the engineers and all the producers and all the people that's done something to women out here, or had women in the palm of their hands doing some shit that they didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because I got the power, like I have the ability to turn you away. I got the ability. I'm controlling. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, man. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Believe it.
And I'm not, it's not like I'm in a position of power, but like I'm saying, it's, there's a dynamic there because certain people come in, they know that they see that I'm good at what I do. They might want to learn what I know. They might want free studio time.
Yeah.
And I've had women, I can't remember who it was, dog, but I think I had a woman offer me some sex for some free studio time one time years ago. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. And then imagine if I didn't have the wherewithal to say, no, I'm good.
No. Exactly.
And then all the type of shit that I would be caught up in, like
all the backlash that could have followed that. Now it could have been like, oh, he SA'd me, he assaulted me. It was just me and him in there, wasn't no witnesses. So now it's your word against her word, literally. And now this chick done could possibly upended your entire livelihood. You know what I'm saying? That's what we dealing with. And then at Jay-Z's level, it's at an extreme level of that. I'm pretty sure it's multiple women. That's what goes back to Ojo's point of view. When you open up that door and you start paying people off, now everybody can come out the woodworks and be like, oh, I do remember I had this. I was in the studio with him this one time, or I was around him this one time. I could probably use that. I could probably parlay that into some type of payoff, some type of payday. And that's why Jay-Z flat out refused. And I loved it when he said, listen, you're not getting 1 red cent. I'm not paying nothing. I'm not paying off nobody to do nothing. Get it how you get it. Send who you got.
Good luck.
I'm not paying no. Good luck. I see you there. I love it.
That sounded like some shit you would have said.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm not giving you shit.
I'm
bitch.
not giving you a goddamn. Send whoever you got. You're gonna have to take it in blood.
And that's right there when I knew it was over. Like, bitch,
Yeah, I
you're
knew
not
it was
getting a fucking thing.
Yep. He said this ain't Diddy. And he said it in so many words in his paragraph. He was like,
I'm gonna show you how different I am.
Exactly. That was a shot straight to Diddy. Like, oh, I'm gonna show you
everybody like different from what? Different from
like, what? No, y'all, we know who he talking about.
Yeah, we know who you talking about, nigga.
We know who he talking about. That nigga's a smart ass nigga. He's a fucking smart nigga. But we knew exactly who he was talking about.
Right.
You talking about Diddy. This ain't that.
Yeah. I'm very proud of the way that he's handling it. I didn't know about any of the new shit that you're talking about. But I think
they're gonna shred this. They're gonna shred her. She gonna get up there and it's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be Showtime at the Apollo. Showtime at the Apollo. Good luck. I hope you got her.
Come again the fuck out of here. Come again.
Man, pull her off the stand, like.
And from the sound of it, she already rattled. She already cagey. She already going back on some of the shit that she said. Oh, it is going to be an absolute show up there. It's showtime.
2 things I want to point out. One, she already did this lawsuit, and she went back and amended the lawsuit by adding Jay-Z to it, because initially it was only for Diddy, and then she added him to it. Like, but here's my thing: how do you just be like, oh, I forgot, Jay-Z fucked me too? Oh, you don't forget something like that.
You don't remember how many dicks you had that night? You don't even remember how many dicks you had. So how can I trust? How can we take your word for anything else that you're talking about? And you don't even remember who was busting you down.
And that leads straight to my second point, because my second point was that in her own story, she says, I took a drink. I'm 13. I took a drink. It instantly made me woozy. And I went to the room and laid down where they took advantage of me. So now here you are introducing I'm out of my mind, I'm impaired, I'm incoherent into your own story.
It's your own argument. Good luck with that. And so thanks, by the way.
How the fuck would you know what happened or if anything happened if you're claiming you were so woozy that you couldn't even stand anymore? Like, come on, man.
I just wish I could be there, honestly. I wish I could be in a courtroom.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think New York allows cameras in their courtrooms. So
not for federal cases.
Yeah, not
for federal cases. They don't.
That's why Diddy's case is not going to be televised.
I believe LA does, but not New York. So
she had too much dip on her chip. She thought she got one. She thought she can get both of them. No.
Yeah, you took it too far.
Yeah, you got one. You got one.
You got one. You should have just been happy and satisfied with that. But no.
Yeah.
And now we about to question everything you said, which makes it worse for actual victims. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out here and fucking, because now we got to question every woman. Now we got to double take at every lawsuit. Now we got to double take at every claim that comes across our desk. Now we got to look sideways at every chick that comes forward talking about that they was assaulted. You've literally did a disservice to your own fucking species. Congrats. Congratulations. And this is why we don't believe all women. Sorry. The Me Too movement, nope. Get that shit out of here. This is why we don't believe all women. It's sad, but nope. Because of women like this.
So let me see if I could pull up this next topic real quick. I don't really know where I'm going with this topic. I just really am curious to see what you guys have to say about Stellantis and their new shenanigans.
Self-driving taxis?
No. They just recently laid off a bunch of people, and it seems like they're headed towards more doom. I don't really know what the fuck they're doing, but it doesn't look good from the outside looking in. Maybe Edward knows a little more, but I do want to present this just to see what you guys have to say about it.
You know what I mean? I got 4 kids, got a wife, beautiful wife at home. So to see it just all of a sudden disappear, wouldn't you be a little mad about that?
Detroit auto worker is dying on the vine.
I've been here 4 years working hard. You want to give these jobs to other people so you can pay them less than what you're paying me. You shouldn't have never did that.
You can hear her in the streets. You can hear him in the bars. This is a UAW joint in Warren, Michigan. Stellantis, the European company that now owns Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler, is laying off 2,500 people at the factory right across the street. Whenever I go to a wake or a house, I like to buy the family a drink.
Everybody that wants one. So what's this mean for people and their bills and everything?
It sucks. What you mean? What it mean? If people got to change their whole dynamic now, this is all up, and they've been there 30 years already. Come on, bro. Is that right? No, that ain't
I mean,
right.
you got all the bills outstanding, and all of a sudden it's yanked out.
Nah, it's yanked out.
Michigan is car country, so when an auto plant lays people off, the unemployment train starts to roll downhill. ABC Murray Sprockets has been here on 8 Mile Road more than 50 years.
By the magic of TV.
Charlie, it's Bob. They make gears for the assembly line. If the assembly line isn't churning out cars, then ABC might soon become see you later.
The way the country's going now, are you worried that you won't be the 4th generation?
No, I plan on being the 4th generation. I just hope it doesn't die with me.
Well, where's the hell is work going in this country?
It's going to shame. China.
Do you feel that the corporations and the political professionals have forgotten about you, this neighborhood, this state? Have they left you hanging?
I think our governor's left us hanging for sure. I don't think she cares about business in this state right here. She needs to.
Mark Kerniel has been a UAW.
I think we get the point. I think this is indicative of something that's pretty much, it seems like it's just more shit rolling downhill from the strikes or whatever, because they demanded, what did they demand, Edward? I can't remember. What you looking for, dog?
No, man, it's kind of this whole topic is a lasagna, and it's multiple things that can be discussed in this lasagna, and they're all separate, but they're combined into one thing. And it's like it's just really frustrating, huh?
How long was you dealing with the factory?
2011 to 2022. So I know a little bit, and I don't even keep up with it like that no more. But hearing that, well, let me say, I keep up with it passively, not as much as I used to. I still have friends and people there, but hearing it and seeing what's going on, I can deduce pretty quickly what's going on, especially when it comes down to look at the economy, bro. I mean, so you have the economy, cars are not selling, and then you have so they have days of supply. Like if you can go in the browser, Gerald, right now, Red, and look up Jeep supply, Grand Cherokee supply. You can look that up right now, and it'll tell you it's like 130 days supply Jeeps or something like that. It's some wild. That's too much. They have too much inventory because nothing is selling. You can look at their profit sharing this past year. It was 13,000 last year, and then 13,023. It was what this past year? What is it?
You said Cherokee or just Jeeps in general?
No, Jeep Grand Cherokee. Or in their instance, the Ram, they make that. Warren makes the Ram.
So
Sterling makes the Ram. Well, whatever. It was one of the two. But the point I'm making is, if you just say Dodge Ram days of supply, a number will come up. See what it is. See, that's a lot of fucking cars. That's a lot.
days.
That is a lot of cars.
So what does that number represent? Like you selling a car every day or something like that? One car sold every day, or
it's like the amount of cars they can. It's like the amount of supply. I forgot the exact equation, but it's like I can't remember the exact amount of cars per day. But it's like you have a supply of those cars. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. They want to be down half of that.
In that article, it just said that that's higher than the average for any car.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's they don't want to be, because that means they're not selling. So then why keep you there? And on top of that, bro, you only been there 4 years. And in all honesty, you missed the boom. Like when the factories opened up after bankruptcy, we had 10 years of sales doing this. They climbed. Like that don't happen like that. That ain't happened since the 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
It don't work like that. Like you kind of missed the boom. So you saying you only got 4 years. You think, and this is what I say, it's a lasagna. You've been there 4 years. You think it's just moving factories across the ocean? Yes and no. They're about to open up. I don't know if y'all heard, but they're opening up an EV battery plant now. They're gonna build one.
They've been talking about that for the longest though.
So they're gonna build one now. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's just reallocation. More than likely they'll get called back for something else at another plant.
It's definitely a shift going in.
Yeah, it's just a shift.
EV production.
It's just a shift. That's all it is. But I mean, just and on top of that, the other guy at the bar was like, people got 30 years. You need to get the fuck on.
This would
get out the way for somebody else. Get the fuck out the way so somebody else can make some money. You've been there 30 years. If you do the math, they'd have made well over $1 million, $1.5, close to $2 million in their 30-year career being there. Get the fuck out the way.
This is what I don't understand about them workers. You've been in that same situation, like you said, 30 years. So that means you've seen the highs and lows.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them motherfuckers, it's sad to say, but they living paycheck to paycheck. They overspending. Damn, what the fuck? You not planning for none of this shit?
Well, because to be honest, it's kind of like unlike a lot of places, they get paid every week. They get paid every week, every Friday. So you can fuck some money up on Friday. Guess what? I gotta survive until Thursday, and I'm back. You know what I'm saying? That's just how you get paid so frequently. Like you can make a mistake. You can like lose some money, make a bet. Just deal with the consequences for like 3 or 4 days, and boom, you get paid. So and then on top of that, but see, you got people that's addicts in there. You got people people that's just not.
And therein lies the problem.
Smart, that's not smart.
Therein lies the problem with that thought process. When you start thinking like that, I'll just get another check next week. You done fucked up already. You've already fucked up.
You overextending yourself. You've been at 30 years. You definitely had to see them highs and lows before.
Yep. And you have no nest egg. You have no nest egg. You've been there 30 years. You have no nest egg. You can't survive 2 months, 3 months on your own. You can't survive 6 months. You have over 30 years. Over 30 years, you can't survive 6 months. Then man, your whole life is fucked up. Then the factory is not the problem. You the problem.
You the problem.
You the problem.
Yeah, she only had 4 years, bro. She only had 4 years. What you expect? You have 4 years and sales are declining.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to ask too. A lot of people are going to ask, well, Stellantis they made $20 billion in profit revenue last year. So a lot of people are looking at that and they're going to be like, oh, well, they made 20 billion. So why are we getting laid off? There's a difference between making 20 billion, right? And not making what the projected revenue was. Y'all don't know what they projected. That has nothing to do with what we projected. And if we're not selling vehicles, I don't care what we made last year. We got to make some cuts going forward because we're anticipating not making that money this year and next year.
Yep.
So that's all they're doing. That's all these companies are doing. They're accounting for those losses by cutting y'all asses out of there. Go ahead, pack it up. Thank you for your 30 years. However, we're projecting going forward that we're going to make 5 billion less. CEOs don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear we made 5 billion less than we did last year. Well, I don't care if it was 15 billion that we made. They don't want to hear that. You can't tell a CEO that. Their job ain't safe when you tell them that.
Yeah,
they got members of me too.
But they making the wrong type of cuts though. You cut one of the motherfuckers from upstairs who making 20, 50 million a year. That'll account for 2,500 jobs in itself.
That ain't happening.
Not that.
That ain't happening.
We cut the low man on the totem pole first.
Yep.
I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying that
I hear what you're saying.
Another backwards issue in itself.
No, bro. And then also the thing is, the person with 30 years ain't getting cut. The person with 4 years is getting cut. That's what it is.
No man on top.
So you ain't got it ain't them guys that got 30, 40, 50 years in there. They ain't worried about what's going on. I mean, they can, number one, they can leave at any time they want to. And two, their seniority so high, they'll just get put somewhere else. So they have nothing to worry about. People that came in with me don't have really have nothing. They're probably starting to think like, oh shit, they probably starting to think maybe like it's on the horizon, like something could happen to me. Somebody coming in 2010, 2011. That's it's just now happening.
That's also why these newer workers that are coming in and they're jumping on the bandwagon of we need to protest and we jumping in the lines. They need to realize that any fallout from these protests and y'all asking for 38% raise increases and pensions and all this shit, that's going to affect you first. You're the one that's going to get cut. And if we get out, you getting that, you're not getting that. The company, the people that have been there for 30 years, 25 years, 20 years, those are the people that's going to be the beneficiaries of that. Not you. You've been there 6 years. You out of here because we got to make some cuts to accommodate all these raises that we done gave out and all these demands that we done gave into. They don't realize that.
I mean, it's fucked up, but I mean, it is what it is. Like in an environment like that, that's just what that's. You gotta. I went through all them years the same way. Fortunately, when I went through it, they were booming. Like they had a hit vehicle. The vehicle was selling. Profits were up. Sales were up. The economy was way different back from 2011 to 2019. The economy was way different. Everybody was buying something. Now I think what is it? When I leased a Jeep, it was $315 a month. You ain't getting that car for $315 a month anymore. That car is gonna be $575.
You're not getting anything.
It's if you people can't afford that shit, bro. They can't afford a $70,000 Jeep. They can't afford a Hellcat. They can't afford a Trackhawk. They can't afford they can't afford the new Escalade just came out. Have you seen it?
I watched
the newest one.
I haven't
the
seen
2025. Have you seen it?
We talked about it though.
It looks beautiful. Beautiful. It looks amazing. The screen goes from
not the tax.
Who gonna afford that, bro? Not anybody making under $30 an hour. They can't.
Yeah, and like we said, the Escalade was supposed to be a family-oriented vehicle. Like the Tahoe, supposed to be a family-oriented vehicle. What family can afford to pay $100,000 for this shit in today's economy?
Some can.
Might well
some can, but can the majority? No, hell no.
85% of the country can't afford that truck.
Yeah, 85% catering to that.
And they're only getting more expensive. The more technology we put into it,
more expensive.
Yeah, the more technology we put into it, the more innovations we put into it. It's only getting that price tag is only growing, bro. It's only growing.
So I'm curious. When I drove to Atlanta, I actually went to rent a mid-size SUV, right? But they didn't. Well, I told you I had to go to a different place. So when I went to the different place, obviously they had a different inventory, and I ended up having to get a Kia Forte, right? So I'm just curious. What does that car cost? Do you know how little that car is?
A
You
Kia
see it right
Forte?
there.
Kia Forte?
Little as hell, right?
I don't even think have ever seen a Kia Forte in person.
That car is like $30-some-thousand.
It's little.
You probably just didn't recognize it because
it's like $35,000 to $38,000, or maybe even 40.
Why it's not
fully loaded 40. Top of the spec sheet 40 maybe.
I don't know why it's not uploading on you guys' end. Let me try it again. Hold on. Because it did load, but it didn't show up.
You know, I've been shopping for whips lately, so I know what the numbers is looking like out there.
So I was just curious to see what this car costs. This car is little as shit. And I'm honestly, like, I feel like back in the day, this car would have been $15,000 brand new.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that price tag on it? Is that new?
It's like
25,000 brand new.
That's brand new.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
It's not horrible. But I feel like this car in 2007 would have been $7,000 less than that.
Yep. New.
Yes. See, and that shows you where we at for y'all to say that that's not bad.
Yeah.
Today. That's not bad for today.
It's not bad.
Nobody want that fucking car.
20 years ago, for 25 grand, you could have got a nice ass SUV.
And I ain't gonna lie to you though.
Hey,
I drove that.
Jared, remember my Durango?
Yeah.
How much did I pay for that car? How much do you think you got
It was
paid
about
for that?
20. What did you say? You paid about $22,000
for a 2-year-old Durango.
Yeah.
$22,000, 2015. A used one now is like 25, 28, 30, depending on the model that you get. Man, this.
I'm looking at new whips right now, and I'm probably looking at trying to pay. Hopefully, I can spend under $25,000 for something that's less than 5 years old. And I got a family, so I need some third row. So I was in the mood for a motherfucking Tahoe.
Look at this. I
Yukon,
just looked
but I had to get something that's now 10 years old. I don't want no fucking Cadillac truck. Hell no.
You watched the video? You said you watched the video?
I watched the video. And I saw what you were saying about the magnetic suspension with the less in the nose dive. But they say anytime one person gets that, you know everybody's getting that. What I mean by Cadillac has it. So
what you saying right there.
The Chevy gonna get it. The Yukon gonna get it. They already got it.
2005.
Yeah.
2005. Me and my ex-wife went to the dealership. Got a brand new GMC Envoy off the lot, brand new, 0 miles. This price, the starting price for this was $28,525. Now, this was a GMC Envoy, 3rd row, TV in that boy, everything.
Fuck. Your shit was
everything.
That was a big ass truck.
And that was $28,000. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and now we saying 28,000 for this fucking Forte is not bad. That's where we at now. That's where we at.
Kia got some motherfucking nerve.
No, but what I was about to tell you, nigga, first of all, I'm taking offense to you talking about my baby like this. Me and this car has had 2 days to bond, and I fell in love with this little motherfucker. This bitch, first of all, this bitch got some get up. It's quiet than a motherfucker. I like this car a lot. I don't know what year the one that I'm driving is, but you know, it's very.
You got a rental cars within 2 years. Rental cars
Right.
only do within like 2 to 3 years. So
right, I fell in love with it. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bitty ass car, and it's probably odd to see a nigga that as big as me getting out of that bitch. But I do like.
Did you fall in love because of her, or because she was the only one around?
Damn. Last call, y'all.
Oh shit! Hey,
it might have been the last call.
It's just me and you. I like the car though. You know, it could just be because it's brand new, it's spick and
I was
span,
about to
everything
say,
running
got that new
good.
car. Got that new car.
That's all it was. That's all it was. That's
Give it
it.
5 years, I'd be like, I hate this fucking little
Yeah,
can of a
the
car.
house.
Little goofy ass car.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at right now trying to spend under 25,000 for me a car.
But like
And
Derek
that's
said,
sad.
it's really all this technology they putting into these cars, and it's like damn near you can't even find a trimmed down version of anything because everything got technology in it now, even the most basic trims.
Yeah.
Like this car
Yeah,
had
but
it had the crash detection, the lane. It got, you know, now all cars pretty much have cruise control. It got the Apple CarPlay in it with the screen.
you know what's funny though? You know what they're not improving?
The engines.
The gas mileage is
the
not
gas mileage.
improving at all.
The
That
gas
shit is
mileage
still-
I
on that.
mean, it has. It has.
So once we hit that 30 plus threshold, we stagnant right there. They have now superseded that, unless it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
Because this car was getting about anywhere between 32 and like 38 on average during my road trip, which is to me a car that small. That car probably don't got shit. It probably don't weigh number 1,200 pounds.
Well, now, guys, listen. Now. Hey, we're still in bed with the oil and gas. People, we gotta listen. We gotta parlay. We gotta parlay. We can't start giving y'all whips and you getting 80 fucking hell no. No, absolutely not.
Bump me up 10. Bump me up 10 miles an hour. I get 40.
No, we'll give you 3.
Damn.
We'll give you
3.
3.
We'll give you 30, but 40, 50, 60 miles to the gallon? Nah, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you go to the pump once every week and a half? Nah.
Yeah, no. No. You trying to fuck up our deal.
That little bitty car should be getting 50 miles to the gallon, dog.
Should be. Yeah, should be.
That shit is crazy. But I got one more topic I want to present real quick. Another one that I'm really just throwing at the wall to see what you guys have to say about it. It's not something you haven't heard of before, but essentially it is about Democrats and Republicans and their policy and the delay of the onset. I'll let him.
Why did you say I'll beat Sean ass on?
I don't know what the fuck that's about, but because I saw that too and was cracking up. But
all right,
I'm gonna play it.
They're like, bro, you on the grill? You like that? Ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. So you go over there, you clean the grill. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to get the coals hot, so you put the lighter fluid on the coals, which takes a little bit to get the coals going. But you get it going. You know what I'm saying? You season the meat, you throw it on there, you cooking. You're one burger flip away from like being done and serving everybody. But then you're like, bro, damn, you taking too long. So they sub you out. They tell Sean ass to go over there. And now Sean gets to serve everybody. And then they're like, Sean, these burgers are so good, bro. Sean, what you do? You like, I got these burgers going. I got the train going. Stop right there. That is how the American economy works. Economic policy takes about 4 years to feel. Republican President George Bush's policies were focused on deregulation, but economists agree now that deregulation caused the financial crisis. So in 2008, Barack Obama inherits an economy that's going through a financial crisis, and he spends the first 4 years implementing policies to clean it up. But what did we just learn? Economic policies take about 4 years to actually feel. So let's just use one example. Barack Obama passes the Recovery Act in 2009, not even on this chart. It's all the way back here, right? This starts in 2013, right? Nothing really happens until 2013. Steadily declines. Unemployment rate is getting lower. That's good. Then Trump comes and gets a declining unemployment rate. But then, of course, Trump goes and says,
incredibly, the average unemployment rate under my administration has reached the lowest levels in history.
Which did
so tight.
He inherited an economy that was already declining its unemployment rate at about a percentage point per year from Obama's Recovery Act. And it literally just kept declining at the exact same rate that it was already declining when Trump got into office. See, there was no real change. And it did hit a historic low at 3.5 percentage points under his administration. The new historic low is actually under Biden's administration. He just doesn't talk about it as much as Trump did. Also inherited an economy that was adding about 200,000 jobs a month before he got there, and one that had a quarterly GDP of 2.4 percentage points before he got there. The thing that you remember when you say, during the Trump era, the economy was so good, you're remembering the policies of the Obama economy.
kicking in. Because what did we learn? It takes about for you get it. And then Joe Biden inherits from Trump the COVID economy, one of the worst economic downturns we've seen. So he's got to clean it up, right? Inflation at one point was at 8 percentage points. So what does he do? He passes the Inflation Reduction Act, right? And as we know, what did we learn? It takes about 4 years for us to start feeling the effects, right? He passes it here. And what happens? It's steadily declining. Inflation steadily declining. It's probably going to decline a little bit more in the next year, just in time for Donald Trump to take credit of declining inflation. Biden Harris administration passed the bill in this term. They passed the bill that does not go into effect until 2026 when Trump will be in office, that will allow Medicare to negotiate its prescription drug prices. It's projected to save the American people $1.5 billion in out-of-pocket costs. Now, when that happens, and people are like, oh, what? These prices for my prescription drugs are just so low. Thanks, Donald Trump. You know where that came from. Let's just timestamp it right now. This is the conundrum Democrats keep finding themselves in. Cleaning up the economic messes of Republicans just well enough for a Republican to take credit for it and the American people to be like, I don't know, I just feel like things are just better when Republicans are in office. The cycle continues.
So, essentially what he's saying is that Democrats have been doing cleanup and Republicans have been taking the credit for it. And he went back as far as to reference George W. Bush and what he did, and where essentially Obama inherited a failing economy, and we all know that is very true.
Yep.
In 2008, everything went to shit right at the tail end of Bush's term, second term, only for Obama to come in and have to deal with it on his own. React, as Joe Budden would say. What do you guys think of that? Is that true? Is it bullshit?
I mean, there are a couple of instances where that's not the case. Because explain Reagan, HW, and then Clinton.
So go ahead.
The economy was booming with Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
It was already on that path. I'm not trying to say I'm defending Republicans here. I'm just saying I'm just pointing out an instance where it didn't work like that. The economy was, I think there was you had the savings and loans issue in the 80s. And I think the economy, I think there was high inflation in the 80s also too. So Reagan and HW had it going, and then Clinton kind of rode it throughout his 2 terms. But for the most part, it seems like that. All the legislation that benefits the common man pretty much comes from Democrats. The New Deal was a Democrat. Social Security, Democrat. I mean, they're the same as part of the New Deal, but you get what I'm saying. Obamacare, Democrat. Like it just goes back to what we always said, that Democrats are poor, extremely poor branders. They are poor marketers. They are poor at saying what they do.
And
they're
that's
really some punk ass niggas. They really soft.
I'm glad that you said that.
They really soft. They just horrible. Like they can't stand up with their dick out and be like, nah, we did this. Y'all ain't do that. Y'all did this. I think
Obama did a little bit of that.
Upsetting. He did it, but not even to the point where he should have did it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it should have been a layup for the next person behind him. Should have been a layup. Trump should have never won in 2016. It should have never happened. But it's just, yeah, they're just bad, man. They trying to please so many people. They doing all this weird shit. Man, it's really kind of disheartening, to be honest with you, because y'all the ones that actually make this shit go.
I think
for everybody.
I think the only reason Trump won in 2016 is because of his opponent. His opponent was a woman, and they didn't want that more than they wanted a Republican. They wanted, I feel like if Bernie Sanders would have ran in 2016, he'd have won. Did he run? Yeah, I think he did run, but he didn't make it to the end. So I think if Bernie Sanders would have been our elect for the Democratic side, he would have won that. But, he didn't make it. So maybe I'm wrong. But I think exactly what you're saying is exactly what I was going to get out of this topic, is that I think it's all their fault for kind of like not, like you said, they ain't laying their dick on the table enough. Obama should have laid his big, meaty Democratic cock on the table and said, all of this is because of me, nigga. And he kind of did, like, you know, to his credit, he did say that. He said exactly that. And then I remember him even mentioning that he was inheriting a really fucked up country in 2008 or 2009, whatever. So, you know, he kind of did it. But I presented this topic because I've heard a lot of talk during this election cycle of people saying, you remember how good the economy was during Trump's first term.
It was all Obama, bro. It was all Obama.
Yeah, and I've heard that before. Like, it's always a delayed onset or a lasting effect, at least, where you might see the effects during that Democratic term, but it might be a lasting effect once they leave. Because why, you know, naturally, why would the effects just stop the day that they leave, you know?
Yeah.
If there are indeed positive effects. So, I don't know.
It goes back to our previous conversation where we were talking about Mike Duggan and what he's done in Detroit. And it goes back to what I was saying about passing the torch. Passing the torch, you would hope that the next president continues to build upon the foundation that you laid. And to me, this can go both ways, because if y'all recall, back in 2020, 2021, when Congress passed the bill to give out that $900 billion stimulus package, Trump blasted the bill. He did not want to pass the bill. He said it was a dumb idea. He blasted it. I don't know if y'all remember that, but he said it was not a good idea. But because he was superseded and overrun by Congress, which was Democratic, he didn't have a choice, basically. They said, nigga, get out the way. We about to get his money out. Now look where we are. Now, 4 years later.
Now it became Trump money. It became Trump money.
Yeah.
So it can go both ways. You know, I believe there's some validity there. You know, it takes 4 years for, you know, things to play out and for things to happen. But it goes both ways, because the Democratic Party has also done some majorly stupid shit over the past 12 years, 15 years that they had office. And, you know, we putting that on Trump. So, you know, it's a give and take, but you would hope, going back to my original point, you would hope that the next president is able to build upon whatever positive foundation was laid by the previous president, regardless of whether you're Democratic, Republican. I believe it's too much focus put on the versus battle. That's what I think. It's too much focus being put on the versus battle, Republican, Democratic. Damn, are we not playing for the same team or not? I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Yes, but no.
Exactly. And that's what it's boiling down to. It's boiling down to a big. That's part of the problem. Putting your dick on the table. It's like, no, I got the bigger dick. We did this. We did that. All right. Oh, I got the bigger one. All right, bro. Okay. Goddamn.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, we need results, nigga. So, I mean, you know, it's a give and take.
So I'm gonna put on the headline. Derek says there should only be one big meaty cock
on the table. One big meaty cock on the table at a time. We don't need two of them on there. We don't need two of them on there. Hey, wait your turn. You got up next. But right now, it's my turn. Let my shit ride out. You can come afterwards. But right now, it's only one. Only one need to be on the table.
I don't like it.
But yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys had to say, man. I thought that was a pretty interesting.
It's an interesting convo, though. It's an interesting.
Everybody come in with their own agenda. Everybody want to put their own points and topics out there. Then the way you getting into office is you got to make these promises. So now you got to promise. You got to put these promises into play because they didn't back you. So the way you getting into office, all of this shit is just stupid.
Yeah.
Because you overextending yourself to get into the position.
This is almost why I kind of think that every president should have 8 years, even though I understand why.
Right, because you can't do shit in this amount
4
of
years.
time.
No, hold on, Edward. Because I know why you're making the face.
You barely can do anything.
That's not true. Well, I would say this.
No, you there. Let me finish my point first.
Because
all I'm saying
I agree with you. Because I honestly I do agree with you. After doing a little quick math in my head, I really kind of agree with you.
It's just that I understand why they do the 4 years, because it's like if somebody comes in and they're horrible, it's like we want to give them a chance to get the fuck on. So it's like you want to give the people a chance to practice democracy. That's that's the point of the 4 years and the 2-term thing. But it's like Ojo said this months ago. He said this to me months ago in private. Like 4 years is not long enough to really do shit. And he was talking about Biden at the time when we were talking, which I still don't agree with, because I don't want to see that nigga in no office of any kind ever again.
For 4 weeks.
He is not mentally capable, but I understand though.
It's not really even 4 years either. It's like 2.5.
Right.
You really get like 2.5.
You got to come in and fix shit. Then you can finally
that
slowly let your belt out, put your feet up on the table, and say, "Now."
But then your last year and a half, you're focusing on running for the next term.
Yep. That's why I said 2.5. Yes, 2.5. Like, do y'all remember that Obama was promised us a high-speed rail like Japan has? It should never happen. Like, it's just, but because he has so much shit to do, like Ojo was saying, he has so much shit to do. Like he had to fire what was that bailout package? $2 trillion, $4 trillion. How much was that in 2008?
A lot.
It was a lot though. You're talking about the shit that all the banks and all the auto
Yes,
industry got and all that.
Yeah. So ain't no time for high-speed rail, nigga. I gotta make sure the lights stay on. But I make sure that the USD don't go defunct. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he was cleaning up wars. He was doing all kind of shit.
Yeah, he had 2 wars, a failed economy. Dog, that shit was fucked. That nigga might be Obeezy might be up there as far as the best presidents ever. He probably up there. Him, FDR. I don't really care about nobody else for real. Lincoln.
700 billion. So nearly a trillion. 300 billion away from a trillion, I guess.
And you know it's crazy. That don't even sound like a lot of money.
Not no more. The way they be throwing around the word trillion.
It makes like it was just so much money at that time. Like, we can't do this. We can't do. Man, our kids gonna pay for it anyway. It don't matter. We're gonna worry about it for.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
We ain't paying for it. That all that stimulus money.
Yeah,
we ain't paying for that. Well, they're not paying for that. We gonna pay for that. That stimulus money. But that bailout money, that's on us. We got to pay that. I hope y'all ready to pay that $100,000 a piece for y'all for that national debt. Y'all got 100,000
restitution.
I hope y'all ready. Hope y'all ready. Yeah. Don't look at the ground, nigga. Don't look at the sky. Don't look up. Look up. Yeah, we need 100. Uncle Sam gonna be like, "Hey, big dog, we need that $100."
Uncle Sam ain't gonna do no. Uncle Sam ain't gonna do no knocking. They just gonna take that shit from elsewhere. They ain't gonna knock. They not. Hey, we're not. We're not gonna knock. Y'all already know it's a hostile takeover. So go ahead, file them taxes.
Oh well, yeah. I'm sorry.
Just know.
They're not gonna knock.
No, we're not gonna knock. No, we don't need to knock. We are the ones. Don't worry about it. Hey, go ahead, file them taxes like you was gonna do, big boy. We'll see you at the end of the year. For the next 30 years. I
would not be surprised that within the next couple of years, next few years, next decade, whatever, you're going to get a line item on your paycheck that says national debt. Watch.
The big payback.
What you going to do about it?
Nothing.
What can you do about it? Absolutely fucking nothing. Go ahead, pay that tab. Get mad all you want to. Get mad all you want to. Your ass still better show up to work tomorrow, though. I know that.
It's gonna be that State of the Union gonna be like, it's gonna be a new tax on you, national debt tax
on you. That's the point we're gonna get to. Like you said, our kids are gonna be the ones that suffer, sadly, and that's a whole different conversation.
They have TikTok and Instagram. Well, not TikTok.
No, they won't. As of January 19th, they will not have TikTok. They will not have TikTok. TikTok is getting the fuck up out of here.
They have Instagram. They have. They'll be all right. They got Rumble. got all type of shit.
Rumble.
Got all type of shit. They'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? They had a PlayStation 8 by then. They'll be in a trance. They'll be all right.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Our kids are totally fucked.
Wait till they take that income tax away. That income tax, like what you get in February, wait till they take that away. Like, no, we need this for the national debt.
Oh, you just reminded me. Hold on. Before we get out of here, because I was about to end it, but since you just said that, I kind of want to bring this up. Give me 1 second to send it. All right, there it is. Now, speaking of income tax or taxes in general, there is a push for Michigan citizens to eliminate property taxes.
Huh?
People dread paying your property taxes, but voters in Michigan could soon have a say in getting rid of them for good.
That's right. The group behind this proposal is one step closer to putting it on the ballot. News 10's Riley Connell is here to tell us what comes next and what some residents are saying about it.
Yeah, Ann and David, and those property tax bills can be hefty too, depending on where you live and the value of your home. The group called Axe My Tax says it's too much money that's not being used effectively. While they try to gather signatures of support from other residents, some aren't sure this is the right move.
Taking away the property taxes, I think everybody would love to do that, but I don't think it would be a good idea. They're going to get you somewhere else, and it's probably going to hurt more.
What do you think about a group being out there trying to eliminate the property tax?
I just think it's a bad idea.
Hesitation for Michigan homeowners when they consider what it would mean to get rid of property taxes. They might have the chance to share their opinion in the form of a vote.
We have 180 days to collect all the signatures we need. We need roughly 470,000 clean signatures, which means our goal is 600 to 650,000.
That's the next step in the process for Carla Wagner and her citizen-led group Axe My Tax to get their proposal, an end to property taxes, on the ballot. It was approved by the State Board of Canvassers, giving Wagner hope that there might be an end to a system she says makes people pay for services they don't use.
And then,
well, I think that's enough. I think we get the point. I saw this. It was an ad, actually. It wasn't even like a post that was legit on my timeline, but it was an ad from Crime News and a D or whoever that was, Detroit News or whatever fuck page that was. And they're saying that this group is pushing to eliminate the tax, and that basically it should be a choice that comes down to each citizen or homeowner to be able to use their allocated money, their tax allocated money for the services that they use, like the trash, the roads, or whatever. And it shouldn't be taken from you and allocated the way that they want. It's a complicated conversation that goes into taxation without representation and all of that sort of shit, where actually this sort of thing is kind of illegal in a way if you start talking about the very fine print of what's constitutional and what isn't and all of that. But like my man said in the parking lot of that Meijer, if you don't pay your property taxes, it's going to fuck you another way. But
$9 gas.
But here's the thing, though. I hear you. I feel you. But here's the thing. The thing, if property taxes was eliminated, do you know that means you couldn't lose your home then?
That's true.
And I think that's what I don't know for sure, but it almost seems like that's the motive behind it. Like, because it's almost like it's impossible to ever own anything, because if you're constantly being taxed on something that you've already paid in full, then you never truly own it, because you can always lose it to foreclosure.
Or some kind of, you're right about that. What does property tax pay for? Can somebody look that up? What does
my biggest thing? I always thought it was roads was the main thing.
Trash,
libraries
removal,
and stuff like that.
Yeah, trash removal. Pretty much any city clergy or city job. All of that is supported by any of the municipal services are heavily leaned on by the taxes that we pay as as
So it's
citizens of the state.
So it says here that property taxes in Detroit, Michigan are crucial for funding essential local services such as public schools, road maintenance, and emergency services. The median tax rate in Detroit is 2.24% and significantly higher than the U.S. national median of 0.99%. Wow. Really?
Yeah. Well, that's coming up. I'm pretty sure. What does this have a date on that? Does it have a date on when that was reported?
This is from this site, and it looks like there is no date.
Okay. Well, it just really goes back to what we're saying. We them niggas, because we was just talking about this with Mike Duggan. We was basically saying, listen, they moving all the people out, but they're not moving them out in the manner that they coming in and forcibly removing people to move out of the city. They're moving you out. They're pricing you out of the market, right? The Detroit taxes are getting to a point to where it's ridiculous to pay. Why? Because we've brought up the neighborhoods. We done brought up the neighborhoods. We've infused them with, you know, better businesses, better services, better. Well, that shit got to be paid for.
Yep.
All that shit got to be paid for. You don't get that for free, right? So, like he was saying in the video, if we don't pay taxes, you don't want to pay taxes on your house or where you live. Cool. I understand the sentiment, because I had a conversation. We talk about stuff at work all the time. Had a conversation with a white dude that was sitting right across from me. He was like, yo, I got a friend, and he basically just had to walk away from his house because he couldn't pay the taxes on it. He was like, it was either that or he had to go back to work. He's already retired, but his retirement, what he was getting in his retirement fund and we was getting from you know, the government, Social Security, was not enough to pay the taxes on his home yearly. So he had to either go get a part-time job or go ahead and sell. Or go, I don't know what kind. I ain't asking, but it was like it just wasn't enough. Whatever he was making, it wasn't enough to pay for the taxes on his house. And I mean, if you even your house doesn't even have to be that big for you to still, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's where we're at now.
But
the taxes on your house, hold on, the taxes on your house per year could be $13,000, $1,400,000. Now you might think to yourself, you break that down, $1,100 a month ain't that much to pay, but yes, the hell it is. Yes, the hell it is. If your job, if you was only paying, if you're on a fixed income, yes, the hell it is a lot to pay. Now, shit, you would hope that you would only have to pay like $400 a month, you know, broken down over a year's time span. But I'm telling y'all, that's not the case. A lot of our property taxes just went up last year on this house. So, you know, and that's just me, but everybody's taxes is going up. So it goes back into what we're saying. Y'all want better shit. Y'all want better stuff. Okay, that shit got to be paid for. It's got to come from somewhere. Now, no taxes versus lowering taxes. Okay, let's have that discussion. How do we lower the taxes on the houses that we own, you know, so that we're not priced out, that, you know, let's have that conversation. But taking them away completely.
Who plow y'all streets, D? Who plow y'all streets, D? Who plow y'all streets? Do y'all streets get plowed?
The street? No.
Yeah. Y'all streets don't get plowed?
Nope.
Really?
No.
I would have thought they would out there.
No. Our streets do not get plowed.
Neither do ours.
When it's a heavy snowfall.
That's what I was trying to get. I thought they would have been being where he lives.
Because he's out there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. So in Chicago, our streets got plowed. Whether your car was in the way or whatever, them plows is coming. So luckily we had a driveway, but nigga, them plows, they ain't no hoes. But what I was getting at was I thought Jay plowed your street, and I was going to say you're receiving something because they only plow our streets in the city under certain circumstances. And salt, they do not, because when this snow just came, this past snow, nigga, that ice brigade that was out there, them first days was terrible on these side streets.
Yeah, no, they don't plow. They don't plow. For one, it's too many cars on my street. Because it's cars full of cars. It's cars on both sides, and then my street is probably like the first street that is a through street. So we get a lot of traffic down my street. I get a lot of traffic down, like day and night, a lot of traffic. So I don't know if that could be the reason why they don't plow. I don't know what they do in the rest of the neighborhood. I don't think they plow them either. But that's not a service that we get.
Oh, I thought that was added on to y'all taxes and something. That was just basically what my argument was going to be, because
you know
we're
what's
paying city taxes and our shit is limited.
You know what's crazy, Brazil, is that when I was riding back home yesterday from Atlanta and I passed through Ohio, I was probably a little south of Toledo, right? And they was putting salt down already.
Yeah.
And I thought about you.
Detroit is stupid.
Because
they wait till the snow gets there and then they do something about it instead of trying to get in front of it.
They was putting salt down and it hadn't even snowed yet because they probably got a storm coming tomorrow or today. And they were laying down salt. It was nothing happening. They were just putting it down preemptively. Now, that's something I never seen living in Detroit for 36 years. I've never seen that.
They always wait till after.
Always wait till
It's
after.
like they don't believe the weather or something.
Well, no, they're just being cheap. I'm just going to run the plows one day versus running them for two.
Yep,
that's what it is. And then you want to take away the shit that pays for the plows? Come on, man. Just the fact that when you driving through Ohio and you feel the roads, and then you cross over Michigan, then there is an immediate difference. Come on, man. Like people just be thinking. Well, I'm sorry, they don't be thinking, but they be thinking. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. Yeah. You gonna pay. Basically, so you mean to tell me? I was just looking it up. It says Michigan property taxes account for 31% of all public revenue collected in the state. 31%. Say that again. Michigan property taxes account for 31.1% of all public revenue collected by state and local governments.
That's a lot.
If you take away 30% of the state revenue, and you already got a shitty infrastructure.
The whole state will be looking like Baltimore.
You know what though? A lot of states, Michigan has no tax on food. That hurts.
Wait, don't?
No food tax.
No food tax. No grocery store
Really?
tax.
No, at the grocery store, man. At the grocery store.
Yeah.
Not restaurants and shit. But the grocery store.
Okay.
That hurts.
Okay. Yeah.
Because a lot of states tax their food and that brings in extra revenue.
Yeah, well, they just make it up in tickets.
Michigan Constitution of 1963 prohibits a tax on the sale of use of food for human consumption, except in the case of prepared food intended for human consumption as defined by law.
Yep.
Is weed legal in Michigan? Like recreational?
No.
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
No, it needs to be recreational. That'll cover like to me, if you're gonna go a certain way, then you got to compensate in other ways, because you can't take away 31% of the income or the revenue for the state.
So basically, you're saying the state need to start selling drugs.
They already do.
They already do. But Ojo is right. I think 2 years ago on the ballot they made it recreational, but it's all within certain confines, and if you get caught with more than a certain amount, your ass is probably getting a ticket or something.
Yeah, but they need weed. They already got gambling, so that's that. But it's like where else do we get money from? It's getting to that point. Number one, where do you get money from? Where do you have more streams of revenue for the state? And then secondly, how much is too much when you start taxing people too much to where it's not beneficial at a point?
I bet you the state make fucking 50% of his income off of goddamn parking tickets. They raised the parking tickets from fucking, what was it, $19 to, what is it now? $70 or something?
I don't know. It seems like they were
15. Niggas be like, get the fuck out of here.
Dog, you can't even prepay a ticket no more. Remember, you used to prepay a ticket.
Like,
it seems like they'll make 40% of their fucking income just off of the fucking parking situation downtown.
Yeah,
you can't go nowhere and park without paying $20. That's just off the rip.
The only thing I have an issue with, and this with just municipalities, period. Where does the money go? Where does the money go? Where
Right
does
into them,
the
right into them old ass city council hoes pocket.
where
They
the money
buying
go?
they
Bro?
buying some little young nigga a PlayStation 5.
Legislatures.
Where does it go, dog? Where does it go?
What's the bitch name?
Like every road should be
Marvin Staples, whatever.
Hey, we gotta pay these. We gotta pay these judges that we using to book y'all.
No, we need every road should be smooth. Like every time the wind blow when I was living in Michigan, the lights would flicker. And I live in a pretty
That's
decent
because
neighborhood.
Michigan is an old city. They industry is still really old. The industry is still over 100 years old, and they're just
Yeah,
not
man,
trying to rebuild.
I
You would
ain't
think
trying
the
to hear that
motor.
no more,
You
man.
would think the motor capital. What's the one thing you would think the motor capital, the motor city capital would have?
Roads.
The best
Good
roads.
The best.
No.
I hit a pothole one year in my first car, and they put a hole in my flywheel. Nigga, like, dog, what the fuck?
In your flywheel, sir?
Or ding ding ding, like what the fuck? Like, bro, man, it don't make sense to me. And then now driving on roads down here in the South, it's like, man, were you not constantly looking at the road as you drive? You can actually look
trying to
up.
dodge obstacles.
Man.
Right. But you know that's conspiracy theory right there, because cars and
Mhm.
roads, we want you to tear your shit up so you can come get it fixed.
Man, this shit don't make no sense, bro. So I see the sentiment of stop paying property taxes. I'd rather keep this money in my pocket. But it's I don't know, man.
It's just not
You fuck.
economical.
So how about this? What if they say if you want to stop paying your property tax, then you have to pay for your own trash removal, and you have to pay
I'm
for
cool
your
with
own
I'll
stuff
do it now.
selectively?
We do it now.
Probably gonna end up being. It's probably gonna end up being more expensive that way.
It probably will be.
It would be on an individual basis, because you think about it. You think about it. What if you, what if you neglect to pay the bill one week? Now you got trash building up. Okay, now
Yep.
that's the issue. That's a ticket. What if you lose a contract with these people for whatever reason? Okay, now you got to find a different contractor. That could take weeks, could take months. Good luck. So, when you start thinking about it on an individual basis, you could fuck yourself right out of, right into a worse situation, because who trying to be calling around seeing who can come pick up my trash and who can empty it and all this shit, and how I can get my shit serviced.
That's how it is down here.
Yeah,
That's how
so
it is. What's $150 a month for trash?
It's y'all pay $150 a month for trash?
$150 a month for trash. And also, don't you know how you cut the grass and you put the leaf bags out there?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to go to the gas station and get a sticker for $1 a bag.
What?
Yes. So
get a
in
yard
the
service.
fall, when niggas be putting 30 and 50 bags out there full of leaves,
My neighbor
$50.
across the street he had like 6 bags out there.
$6
every time. Because he got a
$6.
big ass tree in his front yard, so he be having a lot of pickup and shit. But it's like,
$6.
what? I didn't know y'all was paying $150. So how does that bill come across to y'all? Do you have to pay that?
In the mail?
Is that attached to y'all, or is that separate from everything?
Separate. It's like a bill. It's just
like a water bill, right?
It's like a water bill.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The disposal company sends you a bill.
Wow.
And
So
it
is the
comes
bill
out-
the same? Is the bill the same every month?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
And they come
Has
2
it
times
been-
a week.
Okay.
They come 2 times a
Has it-
week.
All right.
But
Has
you
it
have
been
to. But they only take what's in the can. That's it.
Nothing outside.
No,
What
if
about your bulk? What if you got bulk pickup?
Huh?
What if you got bulk pickup?
said,
Like,
huh?
what if you threw a bed out there?
Does it have a
Who getting
sticker?
that?
Does it have a sticker?
Oh,
so
you
just
need
gotta
a
put
sticker
on
for
it.
that stuff too?
A sticker on it.
They'll take it as long as it got that sticker on it.
Wow, I didn't know
As long
that.
as it got that sticker on it, it's like a yellow sticker that's about this big. You slap it on there, and it's gone. But if
Man,
it ain't, if it don't have that sticker on there, it gets left.
Wow.
it gets left, bro.
Has the prices been up since you've been down there?
They've been the same.
Oh,
They've been
okay.
the same. They've been the same. But again, it's just you have to have. There are multiple trash companies. There are multiple trash companies down here. So what you were saying about having to find somebody to come pick your stuff up, they'll be by next Thursday.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go with this disposal company, the next one will be here on Monday.
So before we leave, how do you feel about staying in Atlanta versus staying in Detroit? Do you feel like it's more costly to stay in Atlanta than it is Detroit still, or do you feel the opposite way?
Well, I don't live in Atlanta. I live outside of Augusta. So it's
Yeah.
about 2 hours away from Atlanta. But I would say
2 hours from Atlanta?
Augusta's 2 hours. 2 hours from Atlanta. It's just straight on I-20. It's going west. It is cheaper to live in the South overall, outside of a
Yeah.
few places. It's
I've
cheaper to
de-
live
I've
in the
heard
South
that.
overall. Like we
Your
have more
dollar goes
options.
further. Your dollars are allegedly supposed to go further for land because when you buying your house probably you stay in is probably on what 2 acres maybe or something like that, an acre and a half, something like that. So we don't get that. Our shit
Yeah.
is going on like quarter acre.
Yeah. But the only thing I would say is the thing about Michigan that's better than Georgia or this the South period is that my issue is more so of the mindset about workers' rights and shit like that. They don't give a fuck about that down here. They'll work your ass to the bone down here. Like they don't care about your break. They don't care about paying you. Like, and the other thing is too, there isn't a lot of opportunity in this area. Like if you don't have a skill, and even if you do have a skill, they pay you lower wages. The job that you'll make 50,000 on, you'll get 70 or 80 in Michigan, or you'll get 70 and 80 in Atlanta. Like if you're not in a population center, it's pretty ass. It's pretty ass. Like no lie. Like I'm skilled. Like I have years of manufacturing experience, leadership experience, and it's hard to find a job down here because it's nothing. It's nothing really here like that. It's nothing really
How
here.
far would you have to travel? You think
Just to go to Atlanta's right there. Atlanta's there.
2 hours there and back?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Atlanta's there. Columbia, which is in South Carolina, that's nice. That's about an hour and a half north. Charlotte is about 2.5 hours north. And then to the west is Alabama, and nothing is in Alabama. What the fuck is there? Nothing. So it's just like it's either Atlanta. I'm sorry. You also got Memphis. That's 3 hours northwest. So it's just it's overall. Overall, it's cheaper to live in the South, but you would prefer to live in a population center because it's just better overall economically, and you have more choice. Like in Michigan, you have AT&T and Comcast, and that's it. Down here, you have Google Fiber, Wow, Verizon. So yeah, that's the biggest difference. But still, you get what you pay for down here. So if you want trash, you got to pay for trash. You want what's the other thing that we got to pay for? Like I said, the bulk pickup stuff. That was a little. I said, well, I got to do what? I got to go to where and get what? I'm like, man, come on, man.
But honestly, I kind of think it's more like that for the South. Like the way that I see it as a Northerner is that you guys historically have always kind of had your own means of doing things, from being farmers to, y'all might incinerate your own trash if this was 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Which they do on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Some is always burning.
So
some is always burning.
They probably giving y'all the option because y'all niggas is known to be able to do things yourself. As opposed to the big city folk, you go to New York, they not doing nothing themselves. They're not doing nothing themselves in LA like that no more. It's not a farm town. As opposed to Georgia or Alabama or Mississippi, those are like historically like farmers towns, states. So I get it. But yeah, you come up to Michigan, ain't nobody doing none of that shit. We're like the automotive capital. So we're kind of like always kind of been rich up here, or Chicago, or we got money.
That ain't the case down here. That's not the case. The wages reflect that. The property values reflect that. The jobs reflect that. But the roads are smooth. Tell you that much.
I'll tell you, that's one thing that I noticed driving around down there is that it wasn't all raggedy like that.
I always envisioned the South as a place where I would go to retire because for the money you're gonna spend up here for a house, you're gonna you gonna get that and some land down there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's about
You
right.
might not even need it, but you gonna get it up here. You paying 200, 175, and you getting a quarter acre, and your neighbor's 10 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like my neighbor's probably my neighbor ain't probably 10 feet. My neighbor house is probably 15 feet away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Your neighbor's
Yep.
probably 30 yards away from you or some shit like that.
Yeah. But I think it's always best. I think the sweet spot for me and my ultimate goal is to actually build a house either here or not here. It's about close to Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, like 40 minutes from the city center, 45 minutes from city center, something like that, where you get where you get the space and the land is
You
still
the best of
kind
both
of cheaper.
worlds. Huh?
Yeah, because this place, because it's funny when I came down here, people would ask me, and they were like, "Why'd you move here?" Atlanta's that way. Why you move here? Like, because most people when they get of age, they leave here. Augusta is really more so a lot of old people stay here. It's a
Retiree.
retirement community. Yeah, people just retire. They either retire or they work in fast food for 25 years.
Damn.
Like, I mean, they either come here, retire, or they're young and they stay here and do menial shit. That's what it seems like, so. But I mean, outside of that, it's nice. It's in terms of like the weather and like some amenities, but overall is
What time do you
I'll be able to give you a better gauge of like Southern living once I live close to Atlanta.
what time does everything shut down?
Early.
Like the whole
Ain't nothing open past like 11.
Oh.
Like there's stuff to do, like there are clubs and bars that open past, but like it's nothing really
Everything is pretty much shut
popping and
down.
like kind of closes up. It'd be Saturday. Me and my wife went to dinner a few weeks ago, and it was closing up at like 10.
Damn.
Like it's Saturday. What the fuck?
y'all doing?
Saturday in Detroit, nigga. The shit just getting started. We just left. We just left the house Saturday in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's time to go home. I don't know, man. Again, I think it's different in Atlanta versus Augusta.
Yeah, because Atlanta is open pretty late. I was there Thursday night and everything was still open, like all the food.
Yeah.
Atlanta stays open really late. Friday night, when I was looking on DoorDash, it was so much food still open at 2 a.m. Like a lot.
But I've heard Atlanta is like Hamtramck, where it's very few people to live in Atlanta specifically. Everybody is usually in the suburbs, the surrounding suburbs, Buckhead, whatever. You got College Park. You know what I'm saying? Is that true?
Well, those places are really like Atlanta. They're in Atlanta, but what you're talking about is, like a lot of people live in those areas surrounding Atlanta. The city proper isn't that big. Like if you go on Zillow and you look at how it's laid out, the city of Atlanta isn't that big.
Yeah, it's
but
not.
Because
it's really the metropolitan area is
right.
and
When
then
people
they be
talk
like,
Atlanta,
this ain't Atlanta, or that ain't Atlanta. This is Atlanta, but that ain't Atlanta. But when people think about Atlanta, they think about the entire metropolitan area.
mm-hmm.
And that's where most people live at. Most people live there. But yeah, man, it's I give a better gauge of Southern living close to Atlanta, or maybe even Dallas, and that's where I really want to go to next. Because I'm seeing too much shit, and that shit in Atlanta to get. I'm straight. I might be straight on it. I'm good. I'm straight.
Hey, this nigga forgot where he was at. No, stand on that. Stand on that.
God. I'm straight, dog.
Stand on it, nigga. Say do your stuff.
I'm good, dog.
Hey, did I just hear your doorbell ring?
Huh?
I think somebody's at your front door.
Man, we can wrap it. Ojo, I need your help, man. I need you to help me take this car back. I need a ride back. I got to take it back at 8 in the morning.
Get an Uber,
Monday morning?
I did an Uber and I paid fucking $70 to get out there.
That's bullshit, ain't it? That's
You should have told me. Why you don't? What old boy live at?
Because I didn't think
Well,
you loved
never
me that
mind.
day.
What?
But I'm asking now because I can't afford to pay another fucking $70. So I don't give a fuck if you love me or not, nigga.
That's another.
I need help, nigga.
That's another racket that got to be changed.
Hey, that Uber shit is over, dog.
That
shit is over. Dog. That shit is stupid. It's not
paying
cheap no more.
You paying 1/4 of a car note now,
nigga. We might as well put taxis back out here. They was cheaper than this. I took a fucking Metro card from the airport last year, from the airport all the way out to fucking Gratiot and 14 Mile, 12 Mile. Nigga, that shit cost me $120.
No, sir. No, sir.
We might as well get taxis back on the street, nigga.
Cities that are gonna have mass transit, like good mass transit in the future. I'm telling you, when these cars start being unaffordable, because I don't think they're gonna come down. I don't think GM, Chrysler, Ford, they're
just gonna stop buying them.
They're just gonna stop buying them, but they're not gonna come down. It's like you're gonna buy this car here, or you're not gonna have a car. So then now you got to move somewhere that has good public transit.
I mean, but technically, cars are supposed to be a thing for rich people, though. Mass transit was something that poor people have always taken. Rosa Parks wasn't arguing about not being able to get gas. She was arguing about not being able to sit on the bus.
Eating meat is the same way. Only rich people.
Peasants are supposed to be eating potatoes, nigga, and carrots.
And rice. And
now we feed our kids crab and shit, complaining.
Yep.
Yeah, cars are supposed to be for niggas with means.
Well,
but Detroit,
y'all gonna always need cars here because can't get
is
around
what changed it.
buses.
Detroit is what changed it because Detroit is not a walkable city. It's not a transit city.
Well, it could have been till they ripped all the train tracks up. It could have been, but
they didn't want that.
If you look at archival footage of Detroit from just 70, 50, 60 years ago, people was walking, people was catching buses, people was riding bikes. The car became more of a household thing, and the city kind of started catering to that, or almost forcing people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We the ones with the first highways.
Right. The first highway.
The first highway was here. So yeah. Anyway, man, great episode. I appreciate you guys. I don't know when we can link up again, but I would love to, if you guys would have me.
I don't know. Gotta think about it.
All right, here this thing go.
Gotta relax with that shit, dog.
We about to play Helldivers because I'm really, really craving Helldivers.
You just turned me into an.
Ain't you about to go? Ain't you about to go?
I canceled all that shit as we're right now.
It got illuminated to kill, nigga. Fuck are you talking about?
And that Atlanta shit.
Wait.
That Atlanta shit wore me down, dog. I need to be at home right now. Real talk.
Less. We can hop on. Pause.
Yeah, Ojo, you need to get on too. They added some new shit to Helldivers. That shit is sweet as fuck.
That's easy to say when y'all niggas names is Death Captain and Sergeant Killalot.
That's this nigga here.
Hell Commander. Hell Commander.
Yeah, right.
No, he's Death Captain. One of them is Death Captain. Death Captain. Something like that.
I'm just a sergeant. I'm just a damn sergeant.
The more you play, the stronger you get, man. Come on. Suit up, nigga. Hell dive.
Nigga just spent all this bread on weapons and can't even access the motherfuckers.
You know,
we didn't get no music today. We didn't get no. Music today.
You read my motherfucking mind because I was literally just about to say that. We really are brothers.
We didn't get to clap or nothing. No,
we really are brothers.
You can't play it back 3 times and just
the fucking loop. The fucking loop. There you go.
Now on the outro, you got to play. I'm Mr. Chill Guy. He's a chill guys, man. He's a chill guys, just podding. You know.
We're just some chill guys. We're just chill guys, just podding our lives away, brother. I don't know where this meme came from, but it is so fucking funny to me, dog. I don't get it, bro. But look at it. What is it? A dog? A bear? What is it?
I don't know what that is.
That
Kangaroo?
nigga, yeah, that nigga is making me so uncomfortable looking at me like this.
Oh, he got straight leg pants. His cuffs, right? His cuffs make his pants straight leg. He got no give to the
pants
boys
at all.
He's definitely flooding. Like if he sits down, them shit's coming up to his middle of his calf, middle of his shin. Like, no, that's great.
Where the fuck did this meme come from, and what does it mean, dog?
We gotta. God's watching investigates.
I don't know.
That's where it came from. Look at that picture right there.
Oh shit! There. I wonder, can y'all still hear the music right now?
Yeah. That's exactly.
Oh shit! Hey,
that picture.
Y'all niggas is stupid as hell, dog.
How
This
did you capture that
has
picture?
been the God's watching podcast.
Yes, we going out on that note. I appreciate anybody that watched. If you still here, hit the subscribe and then like and all that shit, because I would love for you to be a part of our. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all.